Today on Lessons in Life and Love with Coach Riana Milne, we're going to get the lowdown on why COVID-19 is so stubborn of a virus, what we can do to help protect ourselves, what can consumers do to feel safe again, what more can families and businesses do to keep their customers safe and their children safe, how can we kill this virus on a molecular level, does UV sanitation work, air purifiers, or negative ionization, and what can businesses do to survive in this new world? All this and more today with our guest, Scott Milne, on Lessons in Life and Love.
Welcome to Lessons in Life and Love with Riana Milne, where we show you how to have the positive mindset for success in all life areas. It's time to have the life you desire and the love you deserve.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 4 and Show 90 of the Lessons in Life and Love podcast. I'm your host and Global Life and Love Coach, Riana Milne, coming to you every Friday in the lessonsinlifeandlove.com website and on my app, Lessons in Life and Love on the go. I'm all about helping you transform your life in all areas into one that you're passionate about and to help you have the love that you deserve. I'm on a mad mission to change the way the world loves. So I'm here to help educate you on to have emotionally healthy, evolved, and conscious love, and how to avoid toxic, painful, traumatic relationships, which unfortunately are too prevalent today. It's time for you to create that life that you desire and to have the love that you deserve. So at any time during the week, if you're struggling, just reach out to me at rianamilne.com, my website, and sign up for a Life and Love Transformation Discovery Session and Assessment, which is on a super special right now for only $47 and has a $500 value. I look forward to seeing how I can help you best. So let's dive in, love angels and transformers. I have a fabulous guest for you today. It happens to be my younger bro, Scott Milne, and he's phenomenal in helping you with this subject of how to keep you and those you love and your businesses safe from COVID-19. We are here with Scott Milne, my little brother, who I love and adore, and we talk business concepts all the time. You get us in a house, we're talking business over in the corner while everybody else is partying. Scott is so knowledgeable about this topic today, and he's very concerned, as I am, about keeping you safe and sound. Let me tell you a little bit about all his wonderful credentials. Welcome to the show, Scott, first of all.
Thank you, Riana.
It's nice to have you here. Okay, Scott Milne is the sole owner and operator of Rocky Mountain Efficiency Group, also known as National Energy Technologies, LLC. He's certified by 3 of the nation's leading authorities of building energy inspection, BPI, RESNET, and a LEED. Scott has also served as an air quality consultant, successful solar consultant, energy auditor, and an energy technologist. He is the editor of the popular newsletter, Efficiency Matters, and the founder of the Denver Lodging Engineers Association. Scott's also a skilled public speaker and educator. He's been featured as a keynote speaker in many, many corporate environments, and he speaks at large paid events and has organized a lot of free public conservation expos. He's out there on the ground level trying to help you stay safe. So welcome again, Scott.
Thank you.
It's really great doing a show with you. Can you see the family resemblance? Okay, let's get going on this topic. It's so important and it's very serious. Tell us, Scott, why would an energy auditor be speaking on viruses and especially the coronavirus?
Excellent question, Ariana. First of all, energy auditors, they do everything they can to help a commercial facility save money on utilities. But what's even more expensive is liability. When a facility gets sued for staph or MRSA or some contagious infection or disease, that's not beneficial for the commercial facility owner.
True.
So among the multiple efficiencies that I speak of, I'm always attempting to convince a facility to make sure that they are contagion-free and attempting to do their best to eliminate harmful pathogens.
That's great. I mean, you're really in there talking with them right now. This is so important. Why is COVID-19 so dangerous compared to some of the other viruses that have been out there or the other situations they might have handled in the past?
See, that's very true. COVID-19 is extremely dangerous. Energy auditors spend an awful lot of time examining, looking at, or speaking about things that can't be seen. Watts, lumens, amps. These concepts are real. They can be measured. They just can't be seen. Mm-hmm. So we have faith in things that can't be seen. We have an understanding and a faith about virus. What makes this one so dangerous is that it's extremely contagious. The science is saying that this contagion is about 5 times more contagious than the flu. And I'd like to remind you that there is a vaccine for the flu, and still 40 to 60,000 Americans die each year from the flu.
Okay.
So truly 5 times more contagious. That makes it extremely dangerous. It's airborne and it seems to be tricky. It literally will hide in a host until it can spread to someone, its victim, someone who has maybe a weaker immune system, someone who is immunity deficient and who its life can take. Tricky. It's airborne. It's super contagious. It's moving very quickly. We have to be careful.
Yeah. My last week's show, I had a brilliant functional medicine nurse that came on and talked about how we can raise our immune system. So listeners, if you have not heard that one, please go back and listen to show 88 of Lessons in Life and Love to make sure that you get your immune system where you want it to be. Scott, what can America do to get past this and other friends of ours around the world? Since we have world listeners, do you have ideas for Americans versus people internationally?
Yes. To pick up on your last point, I fully agree that the immune system is an important key to staying healthy with this virus. You've got to do everything you can right now to examine your immune system and to boost it. Supplements are still available. They're harder to get, but they're important. So boost your immune system every way you can, including getting some sunshine. It's an important vitamin D that will boost your immune system.
Yeah, part of that discussion was vitamin D3. 5,000 twice a day, everybody. But there's so many more tips on that tape. You've got to go make sure you hear that one too. Okay.
I believe the answer to the cure of this problem and being able to get back to normal. That's what everybody really wants to know. When can we get back to normal? How can we get back to normal? Well, the answer is out there. All you have to do is look at the successful countries. It's all laid out. On the news, they are reporting the success stories of COVID around the world. Asia, China, Taiwan, South Korea have had some of the true success stories in getting over this. The Chinese students went back to school last month. But in China, they took some radical approaches to beating this back. They understand this enemy is serious. It deserves our respect. I mean, they shut it down in China. Home Depot wasn't open. 6 weeks. They shut it down. They delivered food to the doors, and they quarantined people in a facility. The Chinese built a 10,000-bed hospital in a week. Never heard of. It's just unbelievable that they pulled this off. The largest hospital in the world, because they quarantined people away from their family. That's the definition of quarantine.
Yeah.
They went from door to door, temperature checking everyone. They temperature checked everyone everywhere. The bus, the buildings, the street, there were roadblocks. And if you registered hot, they did something fairly inhumane. They took you.
Wow.
They took you to the quarantine center to protect yourself, to protect your family, to protect their nation, Israel.
You don't see this happening in America, do you?
No, this is America, and unfortunately, we will rather suffer hundreds of thousands of deaths, unfortunately, rather than take away
the rules of quarantine. And yeah.
Let me give you a perfect example of this. In Israel,
with the coronavirus, our entire world as we know it has changed. Most people around the globe are quarantined to their homes and worried if they or their loved ones may get sick too. It's a very anxious and depressing time. Those of us with childhood trauma usually gets triggered emotionally at times like this. Anxiety can well up in your chest. You feel it in your heart, your head, or your gut. It's important to know the skills to calm yourself down and to tap into the mindset for success when under stress. Be sure to listen to many of the Lessons in Life and Love podcast shows that will help you through this crisis. Also consider signing up for a Life and Love Transformation Discovery Session, which is a 1-hour session meeting with me to begin your journey on ending the trauma response for you now. Now is the time, because you have the extra time to learn these essential life skills right now. Just go to RianaMilne.com. That's RianaMilne.com. Right now, this session is only $47 and has a $500 value to assist you during this time. That's RianaMilne.com. And right on the homepage, you'll see the button for a Life and Love Transformation Discovery session. I look forward to seeing how I can help you best. Stay safe out there.
Contact tracing is critical to beating this thing down and finding it, tracking it down, and making sure the proper people are being tested and quarantined. In Israel, they had an app downloaded on everyone's phone, and you would get a text out of the blue that said, you have been within 6 foot of a COVID victim. This is your serial number. Please report for testing immediately. Please report to quarantine immediately. That might never happen in America because we have too many freedoms and we enjoy them. COVID's killing us, and there's going to be this balance between our freedoms possibly and trying to get through this. It could still be another 2 years, frankly, before the vaccine is developed and delivered to our nation and all of its occupants.
Yeah, what can Americans do to help feel safe again?
There are a lot of things to do, and that's why I'm putting on these presentations. The CDC recommendations are important, but the media is not talking about many things that can be done over and above the CDC recommendations. Frankly, it seems that we're powerless. All we can do is wash our hands and stay home. Really, this is all we can do. No, that's not all you can do. You need to follow the CDC guidelines with a passion. I recommend a note on your front door that says, wash your hands now. As soon as you walk in is when you need to be washing your hands. I recommend carrying a hand sanitizer around in everyone's pocket, little 4-ouncer. Yeah. Every time you touch something, it comes out of your pocket. As you're walking down the hallway, you've just opened the door, it's okay. You've got a hand sanitizer. A tiny squeeze, you're still walking down the hallway, you're now clean again. The masks. Don't avoid wearing the masks. Get a good one that doesn't fog your glasses. One that you can
What's
breathe.
A good one look like? The cloth, or the paper ones that are blue? I mean, what's recommended to be the best?
The cloth ones are better. The blue ones are junk. They rip and tear. The strap comes off. They're uncomfortable, and they often will fog your glasses and hard to talk through. Find something that you're personally comfortable being seen in and personally comfortable.
I have a question about that, though, Scott. I mean, I had one on while I was at the hairdresser's. My hairdresser opened, and we had to wear them the whole time. And I'll tell you, in 3 hours of having it, I was really dizzy. And I looked up when I got out of there, CO2 poisoning. I really did have some CO2 poisoning by not having the fresh air. So do you have any recommendations around that? I was feeling light, dizzy, and I was just out of it. It was the weirdest feeling.
There are some masks with ventilators, little tiny round ventilators.
And that helps with that situation?
Yeah, I believe it will allow the air to exhale out of there so you can breathe in through the mask. So experiment with them and find one that is comfortable for you.
Okay.
But that's not what I've been talking about. The CDC guidelines are the CDC guidelines, and they're everywhere, and you can find them. What's not out there is the information that I am very passionate about sharing with other individuals. And this is the electronic means to be killing bacteria and virus. So let me preface this by saying that I am not allowed to make any claims that anything, disinfectants, equipment, processes, kill COVID-19. It's such a new or novel virus that I can't believe it, but these things haven't been tested yet.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the CDC guideline and look up the chemicals, it will say there that these chemicals are known to kill virus and have not been tested on COVID-19.
So they're just suggesting it as well. But what can more families and businesses do to help keep the virus at bay or not spread it?
That's the question. And I believe the answer there is not only all these CDC guidelines, they've got to pay attention to these, but they can add mechanical means to kill virus. What do I mean by mechanical means to kill virus? There are 4 of them, and we're killing virus on a molecular level.
What does that mean? explain that a little further.
Okay. Virus is very tiny. We can, with electronic equipment, create a molecule that affects and eliminates the pathogen. And I'll give you an example of that. I'll set it up like this. There's 4 ways to kill virus and bacteria with mechanical means. The first is with UV light. You've heard a little bit on the news about UV light, but not enough. It's important. But the pathogen or the contagion has to be within 3 feet of that UV light really to be destroyed. UV light affects the bacterial wall, the virus wall, stretches it, and disables it. But you got to be near it. And UV light can bother your eyes. So it's perfect for certain applications, like under countertops. And they put it in commercial kitchens. Mm-hmm. And there's little wands that you can now buy that put out UV light, and it's effective. You just don't look right into it. So they design UV air filters to turn off if there's motion around, but then they kick back on when the room is empty. So they're designing these UV products to work and not affect people and people's eyesight. But it's not the most effective one. It's an important. Okay. The next is negative ionization. Negative ionization you may have heard about because it's available in residential filtration systems. Negative ionization will remove the floaters from the air. If you ever crack the blind, you look at that ray of light coming into the room, you see all these floaters, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, yes, they're everywhere. They are dust mites, there's dust mite dander, dust mite fecal matter, and virus can ride on these pathogens or on these floaters. They have no gravity. They're resistant to land. But when you add negative ionization in the room, which no one will notice, you can get those floaters out of the space, including virus. More importantly, we can kill virus with 2 electronic methods. One is called PCO, and it's a big word. It's photocatalytic oxidation.
Okay.
It creates a family of hydroxyl radicals. Another big word. These hydroxyl radicals are molecules. And I'll give you an example. One of them is H2O2, which you may have heard of.
Water.
It's hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
It's a powerful oxidizer. When you put hydrogen peroxide on a cut, it's so powerful it bubbles up when it touches bacteria. They're spraying it and fogging it around. You can see the pictures of people spraying and fogging. That's often hydrogen peroxide. We can create it on a molecular level, and it's safe around people. So you could use it in a restaurant when people are dining. You could use it in a health spa when people are working out. I've always recommended that because MRSA and staph is a real problem in health clubs, and we can knock it out with this electronic hydroxyl radicals. The other way.
What does that come in? Is that a liquid? Is it a light? What is that?
Good question. It comes in an advanced air purifier, and there's many of them on the market. Now they're harder to get right now. My company has them available, and there's waiting lists for some of the good ones and some of the bigger ones. But it's important you understand this and get your hands on some of it. There's smaller ones for laundry rooms, bigger ones for restaurants. There's ones that fit into the ductwork. They're creating ones now, finally, for hospitals. This equipment is not yet installed in hospitals. They use Roomba-type robots with UV on it, which isn't practical. So finally, they're beginning to use PCO technology and hydroxyl radicals.
Do you have a teen or high school grad in your life that you're worried about? Whether you're a mom, dad, or grandparent, it's up to us to give our teens the resiliency and developmental assets that they need to succeed in life, love, relationships, and business. Today's teen is worried about our world. What will their future be like? They're anxious about whether to go into debt for an education, what jobs will exist if they go to college, how will they earn enough money to be independent, and with today's hookup culture, will they be able to have a quality, loving, and emotionally healthy relationship? As the adult in their life, you can help them now. Enroll them in life transition coaching for those ages 16 to 30 who are struggling with life's choices, who can't find work, are stuck in anxiety, depression, addiction, self-harm, or blame outside of themselves, or for those who have just failed to launch. This is a master's degree in life. That's imperative to do before they even consider investing in college, or if they have graduated from college and can't seem to find work. Give them the psychological and emotional edge in life to succeed no matter what the outside circumstances are by learning the Mindset for Success system. Many young people have excelled without college because it's no longer the success ticket it once was. But having the confidence to create the life you desire, along with the motivation to succeed, is. Learn more at RianaMilne.com. Just go to RianaMilne.com/life transition programs. That's RianaMilne.com life transition programs, and give your teen or young adult the one gift that will last forever and truly make a difference. So if a business person, I've got a lot of business listeners here, really want to get one of these for their business, the best thing is to contact you, and then you would order that.
Yes.
Okay.
There's different types of equipment, and I'm recommending the type of things that people see. When you walk into the hotel lobby, that front desk should be glowing with blue. When you walk into a restaurant, there's now a new face recognition reader that tells your temperature. So you can walk into an office complex or a restaurant or a health club or any business. Mm-hmm. And you look into the screen and it tells you your temperature and it green lights you or even opens a door for you to walk in.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It recognizes 22,000 faces if you want that feature, like if you're an office complex.
Yeah.
But if your temperature is high, 101.5, it will flag you, read red, and ask you to report to your doctor rather than coming into the restaurant in a nice way. Visible equipment is going to be very important to prove to customers that you're on your game. At least in this restaurant, there's no one running a fever. Not the equipment. There's visible signs of cleaning. There's visible signs of technology. And then the last one, the fourth category of electronic means to kill virus is an important one. It's ozone. Ozone is 3 oxygen molecules. It could not be more natural, but it also comes with a warning from the FDA that long-term exposure to high levels of ozone could cause respiratory issues, as headaches. And so we use ozone when people aren't around. We use ozone in that health club after hours, in the restaurant after hours. We use ozone to knock out a bad odor in a hotel room. And I'm creating a program that uses ozone for hotel rooms where you can upgrade your hotel as you get there. You'll get a sanitation package, a hypoallergenic hotel room with insect infestation, bedding encasements, and other upgrades that'll make you feel real good about staying in that particular
That would be awesome. That's a great marketing tool for hotels today, for sure.
Yeah, the travel industry has been crushed.
Yeah.
And they're going to prove to people that if you come into this hotel, you'll be okay.
Cruise ships as well. They should have that type of sanitation for their rooms.
Absolutely. It is the answer for cruise ships. And the industry is in a pickle. They are going to have to prove what they're doing, not just boast about their increased cleaning. They're going to have to list the equipment, in my opinion, that they've added that kills virus. They're going to have to eliminate their buffets. Buffets are a real problem when it comes to contagion.
Okay. I know when we talk a lot, we're close. So when you told me about ozone, I picked up this cool little necklace. It's not just a necklace. It is an ozone. And all I have to do is push the button when I'm out grocery shopping or doing my errands. And it gives me that sense of protection. You know, it puts out this mist. I mean, do you want to explain how that works? Because I'll be selling these at trifectaworld.com, my e-com site. And they're not that expensive, and they're awesome.
Yes, I have one too.
Okay.
I'm going to correct you just a little bit, though.
Yeah, please do.
It doesn't actually emit ozone because remember, we use ozone properly.
Okay.
We don't want to put too much ozone in our personal breathing space.
Okay. So
What
how's
these
it
units,
work? I just got it because you told me it works.
what
I
these
trust
units,
you.
okay. In the industry, we often use the word ozone all the time when it comes to advanced cleaning of pathogens. The word is just becoming the same thing as a sanitation from electronic means. But it's important that we differentiate them. What's coming out of these small devices is an ionic force. Thousands of ionic breeze, let's say, ionic molecules are coming out of this. They're forcing, repelling things away from your face, from your personal space. They're said to make a mask some 300 times more effective. But the more ions this puts in your personal space, the more repelling power it has.
That's awesome. Could I wear this like on a plane as well to keep me safe within a plane?
It's exactly where you want to wear it, in a plane. But don't forget your mask too.
Okay, yeah.
Planes are problems. I believe airlines should be treating with ozone between loads of passengers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they are yet, but someday they will. I believe they'll also use hydroxyl radicals when passengers are in the plane. I don't think they are yet, but someday they will. But for your personal protection, the gloves, the masks, the hand washing, and a personal protection.
And you can wear this protecting all day and it's not going to harm you in any way. Or for a 5-hour flight, gives you a little bit more safety.
That's true. The devices today are often rechargeable.
Mm-hmm.
They contain small batteries. This charge on this unit lasts up to 30 hours.
Yeah, mine's rechargeable. And then I got this really cool one for my house. I got one in silver, one in gold, contemporary wood. I'm selling these on Trifecta World too. So it just pushes a button. It puts out. Do you want to explain how these work?
Well, I frankly am not sure. I don't know that product.
It's an ozone GX diffuser.
Yeah, it might be creating ozone. Ozone is the easiest to create. It takes the least energy to create, and you can really create a lot of it. I have a machine that could blast a bowling alley, a movie theater,
Wow.
a convention hall, but it puts out a great deal of ozone. What's nice about ozone, Rihanna, is that people are a little concerned because of this EPA warning. But on a level of 1 to 10, level 2, you would notice ozone in the atmosphere after a thunderstorm because there's a lot of energy and disruption.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what UV light does. It freaks out molecules. And by freaking out molecules, many of them come back as O3. And that third molecule is ready to bounce off. It wants to find a hydrogen. It doesn't last long. So when we create ozone, push it into a room, knowing that it'll last for a little while, and then it'll go away.
Okay.
But you can smell ozone at like level 4 or level 5. You can smell it for sure. And it's an odor that you wouldn't necessarily want to hang around. Mm-hmm. So you would turn it down. But it's the level 9 or 10 that the EPA is concerned about.
Okay.
And you'd be in a room that you wouldn't like the odor. It would annoy you. So you would get out of that room. You would turn the ozone down. So your nose is so effective and sensitive that you can monitor easily your own ozone levels. So you'll never have ozone that's too high in your space. I use ozone in my home all the time, 24/7.
Wow. I put this on like for a shot for like 15 minutes around my desk and then 15 minutes later in the kitchen. Just like a blast of cleanse. Is that the best way to use it? Like just to cleanse?
Many devices are set up for that small blast of cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one. This is an ozone
nice looking.
that puts out negative ionization all the time. Mm-hmm. But when I want ozone, I just touch this little button and it glows red. But it puts out a good deal of ozone and you can smell it within a few moments. But you would push that red button when you're walking out of the room. Mm-hmm. Walking out of the room, the blast of ozone only lasts for 20 minutes. Perfect way to sanitize.
Okay.
But if you can get a scalable device, they're a little more expensive. They're bigger. They look like a red box. And they're not unattractive, but they're scalable. So you can set the ozone at a low level, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. It has like 20 different notches. And you can treat your entire home all the time at the right level. And if you begin to smell it, turn it down a little bit.
Okay, so this is what is known as UV sanitation.
Well, UV
Is that
sanitation,
something different?
it's different. There's four
Okay.
of them. UV sanitation is the blue light. Then we got negative ionization to knock out those floaters.
Okay.
We've got the PCO technology, which puts out hydroxyl radicals. It's very safe around people all the time.
Okay.
And then we've got the ozone.
Okay. So they're all considered UV sanitation options.
You could say that. Okay.
Okay. And what can businesses do to survive in the new world? I know you hit on a few things, but do you suggest a couple of these machines, or just depending on the size of the restaurant or the size of the store, you would have to judge what would be appropriate?
That's right. Every business is unique. Every business. You might be an accountant. Well, what are you going to do when people come to your space? Are they going to feel safe? Well, we've discussed some ways today to make people feel safe in your psychologist's office, in your restaurant. It's about layering. Layering. You've got to layer on everything the CDC has recommended, and then layer on equipment as well. Visible things. Does this mean in the restaurant, if you have 2 or 3 tables, that you've got one waitress that noticeably comes out and starts cleaning? Yeah, it does. People want to see cleaning going on. In a hotel, they're going to take the housekeeping staff from cleaning the rooms during the day, like kind of behind the scenes, secret. They're bringing them front and center in the afternoon. They're going to be all over the lobbies. They're going to be cleaning whatever, noticeably cleaning in front of people.
Yes, I noticed that at the last hotel I was at for PodFest in February. And right after our convention, it closed. Luckily, no one from our convention got sick. It was fairly new in Florida, the virus. But I'm thinking even a personal device like this that I could put into my purse, would it be weird for me to just sit it on the table at the restaurant and blast it for about 4 to 5 minutes and clean my space?
I've got another.
Oh, what do you have? You've got all kinds of toys back there. What's that one?
This one is for your gym bag.
Oh.
It's battery operated. It puts out a rechargeable, I guess it is. So it puts out ozone. Ozone only, because it's in the gym bag. It's kind of contained in that gym bag, and it knocks out your gym clothing odor. Why not put this on a table at a meeting? Let your counterpart know what you're doing. You might still have your mask on. You should. Yeah. You should be doing some social distancing. But boy, oh boy, you put that right in the middle of your conversation. You let them know what you're doing and why. They'd have to feel better.
I like that idea for the small businesses that are having 1 to 3 people meetings, and they just bring out like a small device and just put it on the table and say, I'm freshening the air for everybody. Because they're walking in, you don't know what they're bringing in. So, that's a great idea.
Yeah, for real estate meetings and settlements and things that have to happen, there should be some protection in those title companies. There should be some protection in every business.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a good thing that the media has not talked about UV and hydroxyl radicals and ozone, because this equipment is already a little difficult to get.
Yeah.
And if it was widely known on the news, it would be impossible to get. I'm hoping more companies pop up that manufacture this. But in a normal day and age, there's just not much interest in bacteria kill and virus kill. It's unfortunate. But retirement communities, prisons, hospitals, they've got to get on board with a kind of killing of a virus. And it's something I'll always talk about. And I want to remind people that this may not be the last resistant superbug that we see.
They said it's going to get worse.
Our penicillin is not working like they used to, and there'll be another virus that comes along someday. I'd like to remind folks that in the Korean and Vietnam Wars knocked out some 50, 60,000 Americans. World War II was 400,000 Americans. But it was the Spanish flu of 1918 that killed 675,000 Americans. This has been with us before. And you should see the pictures from 1918. It's amazing that the nurses are dressed very similar to the way they were dressed in 1918, which is frustrating to me. But Yeah, 675,000 Americans.
I mean, even the hospitals with their helpers wearing something like this to help clear the air around them. I mean, why aren't more people talking about it? I mean, that's why you and I are here. We're change agents. We've always been passionate about helping people and giving great service to those that need it. So I thought you would be the perfect guest to come on and talk about all these things, Scott. And I know you have several webinars and more information for our people. Where can they find you? Tell them where they can see your videos, especially for those business owners, restaurant owners, small business people that have to work with the public. Where can they order your things, talk to you, call you? Give us the lowdown.
Sure, thank you. Folks can call me anytime at 1-800-984-0332. Or if they go to my website, they'll be able to pick up my free 3-part webinar on winning the war on COVID-19. We get into these subjects in detail. It's a 3-part series, and it's now for free on my website. You can find that at www.rmefficiency.com. That stands for RockyMountainEfficiency.com. And Rihanna, you reminded me of one last very important tip that I have for
Great.
high-risk workers, medical workers. I feel for them. I pray for them every night. They're not wearing the proper medical gear. It is available in Asia, and it can be gotten, and it's a major frustration for me. I can get any medical supplies that people need: the gowns, the gloves, the shields, the goggles, the face masks. The CDC is about to start recommending that medical workers wear their face masks over and over and over and over and not throw it out ever. This is not a good recommendation. This is a recommendation out of desperation, and it's unfathomable to me that they're recommending this. There are now UV sanitizers for masks. They come in now all shapes and sizes, not just a UV wand, UV desk lamp. There are little UV makeup bags. There are UV toothbrush holders. There are UV little cases for your cell phone. Put your cell phone in there and close a little lid, and it will sanitize your cell phone. You can fit a mask in there. You can fit a mask in a shoebox with an ozone generator. Yeah. You can fit a mask in that little makeup bag I described with UV lights in it. The Asian market is coming out with UV everything. I can even get a little device that you put in the bottom of your cell phone, and it has 3 little UV lights, LED, chips there. So they recommend sanitizing your breast before breastfeeding. You could sanitize a remote control at a hotel. So UV coming in many different shapes and forms and fun little gadgets nowadays.
And I know you'll be helping me with picking some for trifectaworld.com, my new e-com site. So hopefully we can bring some of the smaller personal use items to people on there. But for the other things and the corporations and the businesses, but you seem to have that contact to all of this. That's perfect. And was there anything else you wanted to finish saying, Scott, that I might have missed?
I think we covered a lot today. I'd like to encourage any business that would like to find little ways to become more competitive. This is about to become a very difficult time for many of us. People are not going to become rushing back. I'm still recommending to my friends, family, and loved ones that you stay in as much as you can. We've got to find a way to keep you competitive. Are you a health club? Are you a restaurant? Feel free to reach out. I will find multiple ways to make you more competitive than your restaurant neighbor.
Okay. Thank you so much, Scott. I love and adore you. You know that. My younger brother, Scott Milne, helping me also save the world the best way that we know how. One person, one business at a time. With that ends the lesson. Okay, love angels and transformers, that's all we have time for today. I want to thank my brother Scott Milne for being on today and sharing such valuable information on keeping you safe from COVID. Please take a moment to subscribe to the show and give it a 5-star rating and write some comments about what you liked about the particular show. You can always write me on my website, lessonsinlifeandlove.com, and let me know a show topic that you would like to hear. And while you're on there, you can share the show link. Remember, you can reach out for help at any time during the week at my website, RianaMilne.com, and sign up for the Life and Love Transformation discovery session. We'll get to the root of the issues of where you're struggling in life and love and start your journey to health, healing, and happiness. And while you're there, download my free ebook, Why 9 out of 10 People Struggle in Life and Love, as well as the free book chapters from my #1 bestsellers, Love Beyond Your Dreams, Break Free of Toxic Relationships to Have the Love You Deserve, and Live Beyond Your Dreams, From Fear and Doubt to Personal Power, Purpose, and Success. And as always, I am here to help you create that life that you desire and to have the love that you deserve. Have a very blessed, safe, and fabulous week.
We want to thank you for joining us on this episode of Lessons in Life and Love with Coach Riana Milne. Go to RianaMilne.com for more resources. And if you're really ready to take action to improve your life or love situation, apply now for a session with Riana. And remember, it's time to have the life you desire and the love you deserve.